Hello. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Hello, Pearl Jackson, Anna Bentley, Kim Shady, Kathleen King, Mona's, and You Don't Stop. Hold on for 1 second. Let me make sure the volume is good. I'm sure you'll let me know. Thank you for your well wishes and everything. What you've said. Thank you. And, the song. One of you asked about the song. To be honest with you, I don't know. I think it's her, but I don't know who else it is. I got the song, but I don't know who it is. I don't know what artist it is. Okay, give me a second. Okay, so hold on. Oh my God, so we have some things to talk about. I know that the title has shocked a number of you. We're going to get into it. Like I said, we're going to get into P Diddy last, okay? So let's just start off. Just things that I've seen on TikTok in the news, and I just wanted to share them with you. Okay, let's start off with, hold on. Let's start off with Tasha K. Now, this is an old clip, but it's so funny. It was hilarious. And it's just, did Tasha K really lie, though, about a lot of what she said? But, they say Tasha K is warring with the transgenders and everything. And amazingly, today is Easter. And I think our country declared it the National Transgender Day or something like that. Something about a holiday for transgenders or something. I don't know the whole thing, but I said, wow, you really going to do this on Easter? On Easter of all days, that's when you decide to make it National Transgender Day or a holiday or something. I said, wow, that's amazing to me. People who are very religious will say this is a sign of the end times and things like that. So speaking of transgender, Tasha K says that T.S. Madison and other transgenders should stop protecting down low men. I'm going to tell you something you might not know. Over 50% of transgender black men who pretend to be women, did you know that over 50% of them have HIV? Did you know that? You see, I'm all about living in your truth. I don't support men being on the down low, but they're not going to tell you the truth. A lot of gay and bisexual men are helping KILL black women's womb. 80% of black women who get HIV got it from heterosexual sex. Over 80% of black and bisexual men who got HIV got it from having sex with men. So they're sleeping with the men and bringing it back to the women. They're sleeping with the transgenders. They're sleeping with the bis, the gay, and then they're coming to the heterosexual black women and giving you HIV. But they're not going to say that. They get real offended because they don't care that they're helping kill you. They don't care. Let's just be honest here. I have never seen a gay black man or any other man, but a gay black or bisexual man ever show concern about how black women's wombs are getting infected with HIV from them. And if you say that, they'll say it doesn't discriminate. We know STDs don't discriminate, but the high concentration of it is in what population? The gay and bisexual. 1 in 2 gay and bisexual black men have HIV. That's 50%. That means if you deal with any of them or you see them, one of them has it. It's like an epidemic. So when you say that, then they'll say, oh, you're trying to stereotype us. It's not a stereotype. It's facts. It's science. It's statistics. And a lot of 50%, I saw the article, 50% of transgender black men or identifying black and all that other stuff, a lot of them, HIV. But they're not going to tell you that. And they want to sleep with your boyfriends. They don't care that they're helping give you that disease. I've never seen any of them give a damn. You don't hear about it. I just had to get that out there. I have yet show me some gay and bisexual down low men and bisexual men who love to F with so-called straight men tell you they care that they're helping give the black woman HIV. Instead, they'll say, well, you should have used a condom. You know, a lot of these women are in long-term relationships or married to some of these men and getting it. You know, they don't care about you when it comes to HIV. They don't. So let's see what Tasha K had to say.
Until you start showing support to the wives of the husbands or boyfriends or fiancés that you're fucking on the down low, these men don't want to claim y'all. They don't want to hold your hand walking you to the grocery store. They ain't trying to marry y'all. They ain't trying to be seen in public with y'all until y'all address the real problem in your bedroom. Leave me out of this shit. I'm here for black women and black women only. I expose it all. Anybody that's hitting on a black woman, beating on a black woman, disrespecting a black woman, trust me, it all gets poured out over here. I walk, live my truth. My name says it all. But until y'all start addressing the direct transphobia that you feed every day when you hide these down low men, when you brag about taking another lady's husband, when you brag about sending a man home to his girlfriend with a leaky ass, and when you definitely don't call them out when they beat your ass in public because you threatening to tell on them, until you start locking them niggas up. And you start leaving notes on the wives' driveway, until you start demanding that they take you out to dinner in public. Bitch, we got bigger problems to worry about. We got more important things to do. See, y'all, listen. We play games all day.
Okay. Hopefully you all heard it. I didn't have any issues with the audio on my part. T-Boo heard it. No, Tasha K is not saying that Megan Thee Stallion is a man. But you know what? Ladies, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to say it on another platform. You want to know if your man is getting a penis up his butt? When your man goes to sleep, in a deep sleep, I don't care if you get him drunk, whatever. When he sleep, open up his butt. Look at his butthole when your man is sleeping. If you see that thing is the size of a dime or even smaller than that, it's been opened up, you see any leakage coming out, you see any blood in his drawers, or he can't hold his bowel movements, that gives you a little bit of the answer. You want to know if your man's been getting it up the butt? Check his butthole when he sleep, because if he catch you doing that and he might try to beat you up, to be honest with you. So you got to do it when he's sleeping. That's how you get him. Wait till he sleep to check that ass. Literally. Okay? Go ahead and do it. I mean, you let him stick his penis in you. So go ahead and check his butthole. I mean, it's your butthole. It's his butthole, but it's your butthole too. You know what I'm saying? Check it. Check that shit. Shit. When he's knocked out cold, open up that shit and look. Okay? They do it to y'all when you sleep. They be messing with your breast and your vagina. You think they think we don't know? They do it all the time when you sleeping. Be looking at stuff and checking out stuff. So go ahead and do it to him. So don't be ashamed. Y'all want the answer. If it's been busted open, you got to go look. That's your man. So why can't you? Of course you can't do it when he's up. Hell no. So, okay. Yeah, it's true. I saw the article. Over 50% of the black transgenders got HIV, but they not going to tell you that part. So, no, don't nobody care about killing the black woman's womb up. They all in on it. They don't care about y'all. And then they'll blame you. You really think a woman who been with her man for 10 damn years is always using a condom after 10 years? Especially if she married to him? Just be real with yourself. Shoot, a lot of these transgenders know they got it. They don't care that they help and bring it to the black woman. The gay and bisexual men, they don't care about y'all womb. They never did, most of them. That's why they're quiet as a mouse about those stats. Shit. And now they trying to tell you to get used to it or accept it. I mean, I accept a man living in his truth. I'll respect a man a lot more if he says, yes, I like transgenders. Because that gives me an option if I want to deal with you, which I won't. But at least I know, you know, they don't want to give a one. It's just a mess. So what Tasha K is saying, you know, y'all are dirty. She's saying y'all are up here dating men with women, bragging about dating so-called straight men, sending them home with a leaky butt, even though I thought the man is the one who bends them over because they pretending to be the woman. I don't know. That's why I said check your man's butthole if you can. Check that ass when he's sleeping. Okay? So I just wanted to share what Tasha K had to say. People were saying, Tasha K, since when did you care about black women and all that because of her gossip and all that? Please. She does stand up for a lot of black women when it comes to this issue. I haven't agreed with everything she said on her channel in the past, you know, supporting Kevin Samuels and stuff. But I thought this was just hilarious. It was. I feel like replaying it one more time. I'm going to play it one more time for those who just came in. What Tasha K had to say to the transgenders. Then we're going to get it to Megan and Thee Stallion supposedly being a man.
Until you start showing support to the wives of the husbands or boyfriends or fiancés that you're fucking on the down low. These men don't want to claim y'all. They don't want to hold your hand walking you to the grocery store. They ain't trying to marry y'all. They ain't trying to be seen in public with y'all until y'all address the real problem in your bedroom. Leave me out of this shit. I'm here for black women and black women only. I expose it all. Anybody that's hitting on a black woman, beating on a black woman, disrespecting a black woman, trust me, it all gets poured out over here. I walk, live my truth. My name says it all. But until y'all start addressing the direct transphobia that you feed every day when you hide these down low men, when you brag about taking another lady's husband, when you brag about sending a man home to his girlfriend with a leaky ass, and when you definitely don't call them out when they beat your ass in public because you threatening to tell on them, until you start locking them niggas up, and you start leaving notes on the wives' driveway, until you start demanding that they take you out to dinner in public. Bitch, we got bigger problems to worry about. We got more important things to do. See, y'all, listen. We play games all day.
It was funny. That was just so funny. And Tasha, I mean, shit. I loved it. Okay, so now let's get into Megan Thee Stallion. I want to say right now, I believe 100% that Megan Thee Stallion is a woman. I said again, I believe 100% that Megan Thee Stallion was born a woman. I have seen her childhood pictures. That was a little girl with her mama. Look, these transgenders, they are fooling people. But Megan, guys, I don't see nothing manly about Megan. Natural breast, beautiful body, beautiful face. I'm sorry. Let's just get into it. I saw this. Okay, y'all need to head over to Storm Monroe's channel and check out this Jaguar Wright interview. She said so much stuff that I do believe is true. I would say 95% of what she said, I believe is true on this interview. It was off the chain. One of the best interviews I have seen. Y'all, it's so much. This is just a small clip because when she said what she said about Megan Thee Stallion, I said, hold on now. Now this, I'm sorry, baby. I don't believe this one. But it was hilarious, but kind of bad too, because You know, Megan Thee Stallion looks like a woman. There's nothing masculine looking about her at all. She's, you know, she could be a model. She has the height to be a model. She has the body, beautiful face. She's a woman. And what Jaguar Wright said just had me like, what? What, Jaguar? Are you really saying this about Megan Thee Stallion? Are you serious? And then taking up for Tory Lanez. Like I said, 95% of what she said in this interview sounded very believable. Go check out this interview. There's a lot more I'm not showing because it's a 2-hour interview. So I was able to put this clip together. But I'm telling you, so when you see what she said, you're going to think F Jaguar Wright, but please watch the whole interview and listen to what the rest of what she said, because you're going to say, oh my God, I really believe this, to be honest with you. But this right here, this is one I have to say, Jaguar Wright, I'm not fully believing. I'm sorry on this one, but listen to this. Just listen to this.
Rock Nation moving the Prince family out of power in Houston and claiming Megan Thee Stallion, who allegedly would have said anything to keep Tory Lanez from telling people that she ain't all woman.
You saying Meg Thee Stallion is a transgender?
I'm saying that a stallion is a male horse and a mare is a female horse. I'm saying, what kind of black woman would work so hard to put an innocent black man in jail for a crime he didn't commit unless she was terrified about what he may say? You were the star. Kelsey was just your attaché. Yet he seemed to be interested more in Kelsey than he was in you, and you had a big problem with that. Maybe he just liked real pussy. Maybe that's why you couldn't get him away from Kelsey. Maybe he didn't want to play Star Wars with you.
You know what?
Maybe that's why Nikki pulls your fucking chain and you bow down every time. Maybe you ain't have a problem with crawling down there between Nicki Minaj's legs for that because you was already used to eating pussy as a man. I tell you what I do know. A transgender person who is afraid to come out of the closet will lie about anything to keep their tea. Megan, the Trojan horse.
Oh. So what do you think it's going to take for Farnsworth Bentley to come out of hiding?
Jesus at his front door.
Because he made a post and he said, if I get to talking, I'm going to blow all this shit up.
He ain't lying.
But I'm like, sir, get to talking. We want to know.
He waiting for the payout. You know Diddy liquidating everything.
Okay, so she's claiming that Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez, didn't want her. He wanted her friend Kelsey because she got a real punana. And that he knew Megan wasn't all woman, and that's why Megan did what she did, and that Nicki Minaj know the truth and be making Megan eat her punana. And that she bowed down and eat her punana because she was used to eating punana before because she was a man. Child, I'm sorry. This is the one thing Jaguar said. Look, I believe anything is possible, especially after seeing that movie Secret Society. But with this one, I'm going to have to say, no, Megan in that picture looked more trans. I mean, come on, Lord. I don't believe this one. I'm sorry. If Megan was a man, I would be fooled because these breasts, her face. Yeah, us tall women aren't being, I've never been mistaken for a man in my life. And Megan is like 5'11". I'm 5'9". But, you know, I'm sorry, but Y'all need to hear what Jaguar Wright said during that interview. She talked about J-Lo using the strap on P Diddy. She talked about the HIV and herpes crisis in the entertainment business. She talked about Justin Bieber was giving Odell Beckham head. Usher being sent to the hospital after having his booty ruptured up from anal, you know what. She talked about she talked about all these rappers who are gay, Drake, Birdman. We all knew that, though, with Birdman and stuff. Drake has been painting his fingernails. She talked about Nick Cannon. All of them. She talked about so much that I'm telling you, you're going to be like, damn. Like, wow. Damn. Like, really? I believe a lot of it, but when she got to Megan and said Megan was a man, a transgender, not all the way woman, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to say on this one, I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all that Megan is a man. I just don't believe that one. So, but a lot of those men are gay, I done told you, in the entertainment business. A good portion of them, they're gay. Most of these rappers are gay. I knew that because they hate women. They're very feminine. They're painting their fingernails now. Okay, Birdman and Lil Wayne was caught kissing. Kareen Steffens told how she saw certain things. So a lot of them are gay. A lot of them are gay. It's just the truth. But Jaguar, that was something. But y'all got to see that interview. Off the chain. Okay, so the next thing I want to share is that Dollar Tree is raising their prices to $7 on certain items. I don't know what the hell is going on, but Dollar Tree is like a piece of heaven. And I'm already pissed they raised those prices to $1 to $1.25 to $1.50. Now stuff that might have been $5, they want $7 for it now. Let's see. It says Dollar Tree are raising their price cap to $7 because of inflation. You know, I don't know what happened. This inflation just really came out of nowhere to me, at least in the grocery store. I don't understand what's going on. Why is it happening when everyone in the country is suffering at large financially? So why is stuff costing so much? I don't understand it. I don't know why this is happening. Dollar Tree is Dollar Tree for a reason. And I just think it's a little bit ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So it needs to stop. It needs to be fixed. So if inflation goes away, will the prices drop back down to $5 for some stuff? Will it stop being $1.25 and go back to $1? I mean, what's going on here? I just wanted to tell y'all this because I know that a lot of you love the Dollar Tree. So expect to see these changes. Okay. Gypsy Rose and her husband, just after 3 months, they're separating. Gypsy Rose got a lot of people supporting her because she took out her mother. I said before, was taking out your mother the only answer? You had a boyfriend. Why couldn't y'all just escape the house or knock her upside the head with something and then leave out the house instead of murking your mama? But a lot of people were supporting her murking her mother. You know, and I'm not saying her mother was innocent for making her think she was sick and doing all types of craziness to her. I'm just saying I would have knocked her out with something because he's a man rather than just murk her, you know. But that's what happened. So she got a lot of publicity, a lot of fame. She got married when she was in jail. He's a school teacher. And she was talking about how his D is fire, his penis game is really good, and all this other stuff. And everybody was cheering it on. Everybody thought she got her happy ending. Well, it's been 3 months, and now they're already separated. Okay, so let's see what it says. It says, people have been asking us what is going on in my life. Unfortunately, my husband and I are going through a separation, and I moved in with my parents down at the bayou. I have the support of my family and friends to help guide me through this. I'm learning to listen to my heart. Right now, I need time to let myself find who I am. Okay. So I mean, this is her husband. She said not too long ago, Ryan, don't listen to the haters. I love you and you love me. We don't owe anyone anything. Our family is who matters. If you get likes and good comments, great. If you get hate, whatever, because they don't matter. I love you. Besides, they're jealous because you're a rock in my world every night. Yeah, I said it. The D is fire. Happy wife, happy life. Who said I give a damn about what these jealous people have to say anyway? Ha. Now come and get it, baby. So she was saying all that to him. And now 3 months later, she leaving him. Girl, what happened? I thought the D was fire. And I thought he was taking care of you, getting your nails done, feeding you, giving you shelter after you got out of prison. I wonder what the hell happened. Excuse me. I'm taking a sip of a drink. I heard he lost his job, though. I heard they took away his teaching license or something, which is horrible. Now, maybe because he broke or ain't got no job, she like, I got to get the hell up out of here. What I'm going to do? You know, teachers don't make no money anyway, but he had a respectable job, respectable in society. And I don't know, something happened. Something happened, but it just goes to show you things that seem like it glitters is not always gold. You know, just 3 months after, she married him, was out for 3 months. You know what happened? You know what my spirit is telling me? She lived with him. You see, things are different when you live with a man. You think you know a man until you live with him. And what probably happened was she was all happy and then she moved in with him and she saw something that she realized, oh my God, I'm not compatible with him. I actually live with him now. It's not a game. This is my husband. You know, I don't know. Maybe he's nasty around the house. Maybe his hygiene started slipping. Maybe he ended up talking to her a certain way. Maybe he lost his job and he can't get no job and he can't take care of her. I mean, there's a lot of different reasons things happen. So, So we shall see what she does. I mean, she claims she had a lot of men writing her in prison that wanted to marry her. So maybe she might find another man. I don't know. We shall see. Okay, Lizzo just said that she's quitting music. I don't believe it. You know, a lot of them say this and then never happens. Like Doja Cat claimed she was quitting or something. A lot of people ain't gonna quit something that's making them a lot of good money. But there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. She says she's being dragged by everyone. Honestly, I haven't heard anybody really talking about her since a lot of her dancers and people that work with her said she was horrible to work with and she was abusing them and all this other stuff. I haven't really heard any updates with that case, but she looked like she lost some weight. You know, people used to talk about her weight. She's not unattractive in the face, but they were bothered by her body positivity and her being half naked all the time and stuff. So I guess it got too much to bear. You know, we shall see if she really means it. She says, I'm getting tired of people putting up. I'm getting tired of putting up with being dragged by everyone in my life and on the internet. All I want is to make music and make people happy and help the world be a little bit better than how I found it. But I'm starting to feel like the world doesn't want me in it. I'm constantly up against lies being told about me for clout and views, being the butt of jokes every single time because of how I look, my character being picked apart by people who don't know me and disrespecting my name. I didn't sign up for this S. I quit. Okay? We shall see. I mean, I can understand it though. I mean, people are still human. We still have a heart. We still have emotions. Having somebody dish you constantly, it hurts people's feelings. It does. I don't know how true it is what she was supposedly doing to them people that work for her. You know, I mean, people have been talking about her coming out half naked since she came out. So, I mean, that's to be expected. She has been covering up a little bit more now, though. So, I don't know. We'll see if she really means it. I don't know if I fully believe it, but people shouldn't, I feel like, let the truth come out in court about those allegations against her from them people, you know? And a lot of artists, sometimes they don't get on the internet. Sometimes you just have to turn off your Instagram, turn off your social media, or just don't come on it to look at what people say. If you have a publicist or an assistant, say, don't send me no fan mail. That's insulting me. Don't show me nothing. I don't want to see none of it. I just need to be alone and just get away from it. I don't know if she settled those lawsuits out of court. You know, we just don't hear about it anymore. Aqua Rose says she set herself up to, though. Okay. So, oh, my goodness gracious. I don't know if I believe it. We'll see. We'll see if she really, really does it. Okay. Oscar-winning actor Louis Gossett Jr., he passed away. This man is legendary. He's legendary. I grew up seeing him on TV. We know him from Roots, the movie Roots. He was Fiddler. He played Fiddler. Very iconic role in Roots. And I've seen him in a lot of other stuff. He is a very legendary actor. And he passed away at 87, I believe, of natural causes. I'm not sure. But, you know, he's a legendary actor. So I just wanted to share. I know a lot of you might know who he is, that he passed away. Okay, rest in peace to him. This was just crazy. American YouTuber, Your Fellow Arab, has been kidnapped on his way to meet gang ruler barbecue in Haiti and was being held for $600,000. Well, the update is he's no longer being held captive. But my thing is, why would you want to, this is not a game. Going to see gang members is not a game, but this is what he does. This is him with other gang members. He was in Rio de Janeiro's most dangerous gang. He went over there. He spent a day with them. He went to the largest gang slum in India. So this is his content, and you got to be prepared for things to happen. I'm not going up over there, first of all, as a woman, so they can arm me, because that's what they do. They are women. They beat women, all types of craziness. And so he thought that, hold on. Okay, so he thought it was a game. It ain't no game. Barbecue, the gang leader in Haiti, he's reportedly eating people. He's a cannibal. He is a cannibal. Barbecue. That's why they call him Barbecue. And it doesn't matter what race you are. If you're coming from America, you have a high chance of being kidnapped in Haiti. They kidnap you. I heard the story of a woman who they kidnapped her daughter. Someone called my show and told me they kidnapped her daughter and wanted money, and she didn't have it. And every day they would send her one of her fingers. They would chop her little girl's fingers off and send it to her until they got the money, and she didn't have any money. So, you know, I don't care how black Haiti is, first black republic and all that other stuff. You ain't sending me to Haiti. I'm not going up over there. It ain't happening. Okay? It's dangerous, very poor and dangerous. I don't hate Haitians, but even Haitians in America don't want to take their ass over to Haiti because they'll kidnap them too. It's bad up over there. Complete chaos. They don't have a functioning government. They don't got no food, no money. Them black men is running amok over there and just a damn mess. Haiti is a great example of what happens when black men is trying to rule. A lot of countries. Get mad at me all you want to. I'm not going to Haiti. Okay? Sorry. I ain't got no hate for Haitians, but I can talk and hang with a Haitian up in America, but you ain't sending me over to Haiti. Not right now. Hell no. So he thought he was safe. Please, he's not. So it says social media influencer, Your Fellow Arab, has allegedly been taken hostage in Haiti by one of the gangs. Okay. He was going to interview the guy known as Barbecue, the most powerful gang leader in the country. Earlier this year, the U.S. Department of State advised Americans not to visit Haiti because of the violence. Okay. He's known for his videos traveling to foreign places and interviewing dangerous people like cartel members. A State Department spokesperson told Forbes that they are aware of reports of the kidnapping of a U.S. citizen in Haiti, but did not provide further information. Okay, so I saw the updated thing, and he said it wasn't, I don't think it was Barbecue who got him. It was someone else because he's white presenting to them. And they kidnapped him because they assumed he had money. But he's back home, or he's safe. He's safe. But it's real out here. Did you know that Venezuela, I think it's Venezuela, is one of the most dangerous places on earth? Venezuela, Haiti. Okay. America is not safe either, but damn. So, yeah, if you're thinking about going to Haiti, you might think twice. Seriously. Okay. This is some good news. I love Krispy Kreme, and Krispy Kreme is going to be sold at McDonald's nationwide at the end of 2026. I don't know why they announced it right now if you're not going to start doing this very soon. But I love Krispy Kreme. So now when you go to McDonald's, they might roll it out in the middle of this year or next year, but you'll be able to get Krispy Kreme donuts. And who doesn't love Krispy Kreme? I'm sorry. Krispy Kreme is the best to me. Some of the best. So I just wanted to share that with you. If you love Krispy Kreme, McDonald's is going to have it later on. Okay. All right. So let's get into Puff Daddy. P Diddy. This is the last story I'm sharing. It's so much going on. I didn't even know where to start. With this. You know, some are saying the chickens have come home to roost. You got people mad at black people saying, why y'all supporting Diddy? Why y'all not supporting him? He's black. So what? He beats women up. He broke Kim's nose. He beat the hell out of Cassie. He makes women sleep with male prostitutes who are probably bisexual and might have, you know what? I mean, seriously, no, I don't support this crap. But I will say everything needs to go to court. You know, I'm not going to say he's guilty of everything if there's no proof, but I'll say, I mean, a lot of people are speaking up. I knew he was on something when he made Making of the Band walk to Brooklyn to get him a piece of cheesecake. That was ridiculous. But all right, so let's just go over these articles on what's going on. Okay, it says Homeland Security. They are saying that, hold on. Okay, let's go into this. Hold on. Give me a second. All right, let's start with this. His home was raided. Okay, we know that P Diddy's Los Angeles and Miami, his home was raided by the feds. It says that agents for Homeland Security are in the middle of raiding his properties. The case is being reportedly handled out of the Southern District of New York and appears to be tied to SCX trafficking allegations. We know that Cassie was the one who said he was doing that stuff too. There have been multiple allegations and several suits against Diddy, including human trafficking, all of which he has denied. The story is currently developing. Okay. Homeland Security said we have concrete, detailed, explicit allegations against Diddy. This is not random. Says authorities are getting a lot of cooperation from Diddy's accusers. Okay. There's men and women coming against him saying SCX crimes and stuff. So the officer who was based in Miami, where Homeland Security raided his home, says we are responding again to concrete, detailed, explicit allegations that is not random. We didn't choose his name out of a hat. We had allegations that we're following up on. The officer, who didn't want to be identified, said that the lawsuits against Diddy accuse him of horrendous crimes from SCX trafficking to SCX assault, suggesting that, you know, that's what kicked off the investigation against P. Diddy. We became aware of allegations during the course of civil suits against him. You have to understand we didn't just come on a whim to search his home. A federal judge had to sign off on it. It's not a witch hunt. While Homeland Security executed the search warrant on his Los Angeles and Miami property, the Southern District of New York Attorney's Office is leading the case. The officer also told the outlet that authorities are looking for photos, emails, texts, itineraries, hopefully names. There are specific communications that we are aware of that we will be able to access. Damn. Okay. Diddy is accused. When this happened, they said that he was fleeing to a secluded island during the home raids to get away. Okay. All right. In Barbuda. Airfield in Barbuda. I thought it was going to say Barbados. Barbuda. Okay. Let's see. Diddy's alleged drug mule was arrested at a Miami airport. I don't know what your problem is, sports actuary. I haven't said anything to you, so I don't know what you're talking about in the chat. I have not said anything to you that was against you or to what you're saying in this chat. Okay. Paul Brendan, 25 years old, is accused of being P Diddy's drug mule. He was arrested in Miami-Dade. Okay, alongside Homeland Security agents at Opa-locka Airport in Miami, trying to board the same time the rapper's mansion was raided by the police. He was referred to as Diddy's drug mule in the $30 million lawsuit. Damn. So they have gotten his drug mule, allegedly. Okay. Young Miami is accused of transporting pink cocaine for Diddy, according to legal documents. You see what happens? You see what happens when you are attached to certain men? You go down with it. I know your mother taught you when you hang around people doing bad stuff, even if you're innocent, when they arrest them and you with them, they arrest you too. You know, she's associated with P. Diddy. That's his woman. You know what makes no sense to me? How do rich people... Why are y'all rich and y'all still involved in this ghetto? I mean, I'm not saying that people not black don't do drugs. We know a lot of them rich people not black do drugs, but it's like, damn, you always see this. T.I. and all of them. Like, y'all are rich. Why do you still operate like you're in the hood somewhere? You're rich. Like, why? I just don't get it. It just proves a point that it's a mentality. No matter how much money you get. Girl... If I were her, no, I'm not going down. I'm not going to prison for you and all this other stuff. Absolutely not. Okay. Let me see what. Okay. Okay. Let's see what this says. It says that Rodney Jones claims that Diddy harassed him and his family since he made his accusations public. He also added that Cuban Gooding Jr. is another defendant accusing the actor of sex abuse and molestation. According to the new reports, the additional 25 pages of information name Young Miami as someone who was once tasked with providing Diddy with a drug substance called pink cocaine, per medical website. Also known as pink cocaine, it's a combination of pink food coloring, strawberry flavoring, ketamine, caffeine, and MDMA. Rodney Jones says in the suit that during rehearsals for a performance, Diddy requested the synthetic drug from his drug mule, Brendan Paul. However, when Paul realized he forgot to pack Diddy's drug of choice, the businessman's chief of staff, Christina Coram, contacted Young Miami to bring the pink cocaine with her to the event, according to the legal documents. Diana Prince says they refused to leave the hood behind. The lawsuit also says the plaintiff and Combs Rico Enterprise were rehearsing for something in the Westville in Virginia. Plaintiff Jones personally witnessed Mr. Combs do a few lines of coke in his dressing room. Defendant Sean Combs wanted Tucci, but Brendan forgot it. So the defendant, Christina, contacted Young Miami, who bought it to the private jet from Miami. The suit also expresses that people close to Diddy are often required to secure, transport, and distribute illegal substances, including ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, mushrooms, and Tucci, on behalf of the billionaire. I'm not going to, you ain't getting me almost locked up. Okay? So we heard about Daphnee Joy. Daphnee Joy and Young Miami allegedly receive a monthly fee from Diddy to serve as his SEX workers, according to court documents. Well, we know that Young Miami is one of his girlfriends, and I don't think there's anything wrong if he is giving her an allowance. He should. He gave Cassie one. And any other woman, he's a billionaire, to take care of her. But now, allegedly, Daphnee Joy, who is 50 Cent's baby mama, is also reportedly one of his SEX workers, one of his concubines, basically. Now, okay, let's see a little bit more. With all this mess going on, Al B. Sure, he urges his son Quincy to come home after Diddy's SEX trafficking raids. He said, "You're safe here, son." I never understood why so many people get mad that Puff Daddy adopted Quincy. Like, every time I look in comment sections before this, they're upset. It's like, what's the problem? He was with Kim. They broke up. She was with Puff Daddy, and Puff Daddy became his stepfather. Al B wasn't in the picture that much. He raised him as a son. He has children with Kim, so the children he has with Kim are also his brother and sisters. It's like, who gives a damn if you feel he looks like Al B. Sure and all that other stuff? He wasn't there that much. Puffy raised him. That's what it is. I don't know the whole story to it, but Al B. Sure, he's been looking kind of sick. He claimed that P Diddy was the reason he went into a coma, allegedly. And he thinks that P Diddy KIL'd his mother, Kim. Anything is possible. So, he's been trying to reach out to him, and he's letting him know still, despite it all. He said, "Come home. The door is wide open. You're safe here, son. I love you. Pops, you're biological." Okay? So he's letting him know, I'm still your father. I'm here. Whatever happened with us, I'm still here for you. And that's a good thing to see. Some people said, well, does Quincy have his own place? He is rich. He's a rich man, so, I just never understood why black people have before this are so bothered that Puff Daddy raised him, as if black men don't raise other men's children all the time. Some of them. It's sort of, I don't know. I never understood why they were so bothered by it. Just because, oh, well, he looks like him. So what? He didn't raise him. Puffy did. But I don't know all of what goes on, all the allegations and all that other stuff. I've heard things about him too, all types of stuff. So now we have Daphnee. So Daphnee, Daphnee Joy, the baby mama of 50 Cent. You see, one thing I notice is that a lot of these gay black men, because I believe 50 Cent is gay, just like Jaguar Wright said, I do, or bisexual, which is his business, but they pretend to be strictly punani and they're not. But, a lot of them, like 50 Cent kind of dissed black women before he did. But then they get with these women not black, which is fine. And then they have all these problems too. And they love to run and pretend they're so innocent, this and that. See, they don't pick quality, no matter all the, when they go, I'm not saying she is a SES worker. Whatever she does is her business. But then when things go left, they want to cry and then black women will run up to defend these black men who didn't like you. Okay? Why would you defend a man who don't even like you? He treats his black baby mama, his first one, like crap, and his son with her, while wanting custody of the son with her. He's a dog. He's on the down low, a number of them, and all that other stuff. So, but I don't have no hate towards Daphnee. Some of you might not remember Daphnee. Daphnee was a video vixen. She was a video vixen. I remember her from the music videos. Shorty is a 10, shorty is a 10. Baby, I'm curious. I wonder if we can spend some time. Baby, I'm curious. So yeah, she was a video girl. She was a video girl for the rappers. I don't know if she ghetto. I don't know if she hood. Is she a hood chick? I've never heard her speak before. I have no idea if she's a hood rat. I don't know. She could be. So whether she is or not, I mean, she had that baby with 50 Cent. Okay. She keeps quiet. She keeps quiet. She's quiet. Cassie was quiet. Daphne's quiet. But the more they talk, the more you see they abuse and treat all the women like crap. It's just about who they want to procreate with and all this other stuff. Okay. Yeah, I heard that P Diddy adopted a white girl, but then I heard that a little girl, then someone said, oh, no, that's a family friend. So let's see. This is what Daphnee had to say about 50 Cent with all this going on, because 50 Cent said something about P Diddy. Then she jumped in. She said this. She said, everything is a joke until our safety is compromised, which is happening now. You are wreaking real havoc, frenzy, and chaos onto people's lives. How would you feel if Sire, their son, was in handcuffs for nothing? We moved to New York to give you the opportunity to be a father to your son. And you saw him 10 times out of 2 years we lived in New York, 1 mile away from you. I am tired of upholding and protecting an image to our son that you have never earned. Let's put the real focus on your true evil actions of graping me and physically abusing me. You are no longer my oppressor, and my God will handle you from this point on. You have permanently damaged the last hope I had for you as a father to preserve our family with these last and final false claims made against me. You have broken our hearts for the last and final time. I am deeply hurt by the lies in Rodney Jones' lawsuit, 50 Cent. The claim that I am a SEX worker is 100% false and character assassination. I am retaining an attorney to explore all legal remedies against both Rodney and his attorney. Okay? So, 50 Cent said, he issued a statement saying he didn't rape her. He didn't grape her. Interesting how P Diddy, Cassie said he graped her. You know? I wonder how he met her, though. I mean, she was a video girl. I wonder again if she's hood or anything like that. 50, I mean, he didn't take care of his first child. A lot of these dudes, they want what they want. Then they complain when these same women are women. It doesn't matter where we're from. It doesn't matter our ethnicity. None of that matters. We're women. And we expect the same respect and want the same things on average. See, I'm trying to put it into words, these dudes. If she were a black woman, he would have did the same thing. Because he did it to his first baby mama. See, they're looking for peace. They believe they can find peace with a woman not black because they believe women not black don't require as much. That's not true at all because women are still women. And I believe her. I believe her. You don't ever see him with his son with her. You don't see him with his son with the black woman. He said things against women that's problematic. He acts like a fucking girl. He talks and acts like a gay man. No offense. He ain't fooling me. I can totally see him getting down with men like Jaguar Wright said. Now, I'm not going to say he's not smart. Power was a very well-written series. I give him that. You can write some shit. You're talented. But the way you treat and talk about women is disgusting. The way you insulted black women a few months ago, disgusting, and you're not even attractive. You would be lucky to talk to me. You treat them like crap. You don't want to take care of them. You get mad. And you think, well, at least I don't have to, at least I can look at a woman I wanted to look at. She's physically maybe something I like, but I'm still going to treat her like nothing. And then, yeah, he acts like a boy, dissing Notori's ponytail, picking on girl. He picks on girls. He talks with a sassiness in his voice. He talks too damn much. He comes off like an a-hole. He's cocky. He's a narcissist. And, he is. He ain't no good. He is not. This is what he said. The disturbing allegations and the sworn pleadings recently filed in a court case related to Daphnee Joy, the mother of my 12-year-old son, has required me to take all necessary legal actions to protect my son's sire. The most recent false and baseless accusations by Daphnee Joy are clearly a response to my decision to seek sole custody of my son. My son's sire is my main priority, and keeping him safe in a safe environment is my only focus at this time. Of course you would say that. Since when have you ever wanted to take care of children, 50 Cent? And why would you care if she was a sex worker? Who gives a damn? Like you don't talk to women like that already. Okay. Now, I remember Tamika. I'm very familiar with Tamika. I don't have the details on people, but she's also come out and she is a respectable, well-known dancer. She says that she knew to avoid Diddy at all costs. So a lot of people who are not some unknown people are speaking against Diddy. They are. Well-known and not well-known. Kid Cudi confirmed that he blew up his car because he was interested in Cassie. The chickens have come home to roost on Diddy. And you have a number of black men and some women who feel like you're supposed to support him because he's a black man. No matter what black men do, they can R a bunch of children. It just doesn't matter. We can't let him go down in society. What about Epstein? What about them? We can't be held accountable too. They just want to take us down. We know he beat the shit out of Cassie and broke Kim's nose, but doesn't matter. He's still a good guy. He's still a great guy. Come on. Can't you still just F with him? He's black. We don't care if the devil is black. We have to support them because he's simply black. No, I don't think so. Now, I haven't been cheering everything on. I haven't been saying much about this because it's a lot of accusations being made. I don't know if all this stuff is true. That's why they raided his house to get the evidence. When I think of SEX trafficking, to me, that's when you kidnap people and you force them to have sex and you throw them in different rooms and all types of stuff in hotels. If you hired a prostitute, that's not trafficking. If they are a hired prostitute who consensually gave up that punana or whatever, that's not trafficking. Trafficking is kidnap to me and force SEX. So I don't know what's going on with all that, to be honest with you. Girl. And then, Beaver Boy says Lizzo went to Diddy's parties. I feel like, so what if a celebrity did? So what if they went to his party and had SEX? They grown people. They can participate in the orgy if they want to. I'm not saying it's right. That ain't my business. It's only a crime if somebody was raped or drugged. If you went to a Diddy party and you had SEX with somebody, you can do that because you're grown. So what's the crime here if you had some SEX at a party? What are you charging me with? I'm grown. I can have SEX all day. What is the crime here? Did I kidnap somebody? Did I beat them? Did I drug them? Prove that, then you can throw me in jail. If Lizzo or anybody else wanted to get down at a party, that's not a crime. That's adults deciding to get down with the get down. And that's their business. I'm just saying, what's the charges? You can't lock me up for having consensual sex on orgy. You can't do that to me. So, I'm just saying, I want to know what exactly we shall see. Did he kidnap somebody and ship them to different parts of the world without their consent? Then that's trafficking. Did he drug somebody? Did he beat somebody's ass more than he beat Cassie's ass too? Just like he beat her ass. Yeah, then you got something. If a man decided to give up that butthole and he decided to do that consensually, you can't charge me if he decided to give up that butthole. Did I rape him? Did I force him? Those are the questions. So I'm trying to see what's going on with this. All these different things coming out. You can't even arrest me for being an asshole, which he appears to be. Okay, what's my crime? You could have quit. You ain't had to work for me. But it is wrong for a boss to, well, force you to do stuff. Coercion, bullying, slavery. Those things are wrong. So what they need to do is investigate. And I want to know exactly what you're charging him with. I want to know, this is how a lawyer will look at it. What's going on here? But they said they had concrete evidence against him, against the allegations. You know, all of what Cassie said wasn't made public. There was a lot she gave information. So they're going to have to investigate it, and more men and women are coming forth against him. So we shall see. We shall see what happens. But Sloan Bella said this was going to happen, the downfall, and if he's innocent, make a public statement, fight back against it if you can. But some stuff I think he is guilty of. I do. I believe he beat them women. I do. I believe he had them paint them fingernails white. Them fingernails had to be white. I believe he might have called down low bisexual male sex workers what he did to Cassie and endangered her for getting HIV, all types of stuff. Shit. I believe he does the coke and all that stuff. And now, Boozy said, why are people around him being quiet? Because they don't want to go down either. Because he going down. They don't want to be associated for business reasons. It ruins their brand and ruins their reputation and can destroy them. That's why they're being quiet. But he's like, well, if you're a friend of his, speak up. Yeah, but I can be friends with somebody and not know what you're doing in your bedroom. I can be best friends with somebody. You can be best friends with somebody and not know they got somebody locked up in the basement. That happens all the time. People want justice to prevail and the truth to come out. Diana Prince says there were underage girls being brought to the party. I don't know. I didn't hear that. It's very possible, but they're going to have to be able to prove it. Got to be able to prove it. Samantha says, isn't taking sex workers across state lines trafficking? I don't know. I feel like if it's forced, if it's kidnapping, if the prostitute agrees to be sent to Miami to get effed, how am I sex trafficking her? She agreed to go get effed in Miami. So I didn't force her. I didn't abuse her ass. She agreed to the agreement. So how is that trafficking her? You can't sue me for having a prostitute. That's her job. Even though prostitution is illegal, so I guess I can see how they can do that. I feel like if the prostitute agreed to go to Miami, then how did I do anything wrong to her? She got her payment and she agreed to go. You're making it sound like I kidnapped her ass and beat her to death to have sex. So that's how I see it. I don't know. Maybe they do see it as that. Oh, you sent her to another place to get effed. Okay, and she agreed to it. She's a prostitute, and she agreed. So what am I being charged with? Unless she ain't want to do it, then that's different. Diana says the music industry is pimp and 304 culture, period. That's photos. Yeah, that's just life, period. But people, it's the men. Men love hookers, a lot of them. Nice men, businessmen, rockers, countrymen, ghetto men, all of them. That's why they promote going overseas so much, because it's cheaper, free punana. They love it. They love it. They talk about it and try to look down on women, but give them the opportunity to buy it, they do. They do, a number of them. Queen P13 says most of the time the sex workers are not in control of what they do. Yeah, I don't even know why women get pimps. Why would you let a man take your money? What is he going to do? Unless you're going to hire security in that room, what do I need you for? This is my punana. What am I going to give my punana up just to let you take half my money? You must be crazy. But it is dangerous. It's dangerous. A lot of these crazy men are murking sex workers, all types of stuff. Every sex worker need a gun and mace. Seriously. Okay. So Samra says, they called me a stallion in high school. My thighs were muscular and I played sports. Okay. So lastly, speaking of P Diddy, a lot of people been going in on J-Lo. You know what? You know what I said to somebody? Look at J-Lo's career when she left P Diddy. Look at where she's at and look at where he's at. She flourished, made a career, and P Diddy is still going to jail or getting in trouble with the law. You see that? When she was with them? Now, Jaguar Wright said that J-Lo had the strap on P Diddy. Girl, I don't know. And she said J-Lo might have had the gun. We don't know. But what I do know is that she left him as she should because she didn't want to be a part of that ghetto hood rat culture. She's a brand. She got the hell up out of there. And her career been blessed ever since. Over a decade later, Puffy is still in some S. You see that? Do you see how? Look, just think about it. Think about it. She left him when he was in some S a decade ago. Over a decade later, Puffy's still in some S. And her career took off. People can say what they want, but if you had any sense, you would have did the same shit she did. Shit, he was probably trying to beat her ass too. Please. And she had to get away from him. Shoot. She went to Hollywood because she J-Lo. And she made something of herself. And a decade later, he's still in some S. Still with that hood bull crap. Now, I'm not saying she might not be doing drugs. I don't know. All of them do. Half of them in Hollywood. I don't know, to stay skinny and all this other stuff. But we don't know for sure. But anyway, J-Lo, you know what? I'm not saying Jennifer Lopez is perfect, but she ain't no worse than a lot of other people in the industry. Okay? She's not. J-Lo was slammed by social media users because she gave her go-to bodega order in New York. Because they said, oh, she didn't say a chopped cheese. She said she had a ham and egg sandwich, an orange drink. We know those orange drinks. We know what they are. And a bag of chips. And they were like, you didn't say what kind of chips it were. And they think, J-Lo, you're using the Bronx for clout. First of all, it feels like hateration to me. She's not a hood chick no more. Not like she was hardcore hood anyway, but she sort of was. She's a city girl. And I feel like, well, she's made it. Her life is different now. She has to stay on a diet. She works out. She lives in Hollywood. I mean, she always says I'm still Jenny from the block because she wants them to know I'm still real. I didn't forget where I came from and stuff. But now because she didn't say she had a chopped cheese. Oh, you ain't really hood, J-Lo. Why are you pretending you a Bronx girl? Because she used to be. So what if she forgot about chopped cheese? So what? Why are you offended at a woman who has transitioned? She's matured. She's changed a little bit. She's not in the hood no more. She ain't been in the hood for a while. Why are you so offended if she tried to relate a little bit and show I'm real. I'm still real. They said she was never hood. Well, the Bronx ain't hood. It depends on what part. But I mean, why did she have to be hood to prove something to people? I mean, she was from the Bronx. She became a dancer, a singer, got on as Selena, one of her biggest roles that made her career, got into music, dated Puff Daddy, and got into hip hop and R&B. I love her music, to be honest with you. I love, if you had my love and I gave you all my trust, would you comfort me? That was my shit when it came out. And went to Hollywood. She was an actress anyway and became more successful. Shit. Sports actuary, you said she's no bigger now than she was when she was with Diddy. I have to disagree. She's still relevant. She still is J-Lo, you know. I don't feel she's had major movies, but she's kept her name out there and she's representing, especially for the Puerto Ricans. They're real proud to have her and stuff, you know, representing. But she ain't, if she would have stayed with Puffy, it would have been, I don't know. Even though Puffy gave her more appeal, to be honest with you, during that time, you know, we remember. As a matter of fact, hold on. Let me see something. Let me see if I still got a picture. I mean, Puffy and her. Let me see if I got this picture. I don't know if I do. I was hoping that I do, but I might not have the picture. I don't think I do. I don't. Well, Puffy and J-Lo, I mean, they did look good together. I'm not gonna lie about the shit. When they was together, I mean, hold on, here it is. I mean, that's when black men started dating Hispanic women like crazy when they came out. They not gonna tell you that though. They like to pretend it just was naturally happening. No, it wasn't. Don't get me wrong, it happened in New York, but not like what you see now. But when they were together, I mean, J-Lo can dress her ass off. She was fly. Diddy was clean cut. They was the it couple. They was looking good and shit. Doing Kim wrong. But Kim knew what it was. Let's just be honest. She signed up for that shit with Puffy. And he had other women too. But once that gun thing happened at that club, and it got real for J-Lo, she was like, oh God, this gonna F up my career. Hell no, I'm not gonna be attached to this hood shit. This ghetto, this too much for me. I got to get up out of here because I'm trying to make something of my life and I don't want to be pulled down with this shit. And she did. And I believe that her career got better because she didn't attach herself to that shit. It's like Eve and Stevie J. If Eve would have stayed with Stevie J, her career would have been ruined. She would have been a baby mama. Stevie J is now part of the men accused of having sex with other men, which I do believe. It would have been over for her. So she had to go, just like J-Lo had to go. People can say what they want, but she did the right thing for her career. And Puff Daddy was probably going to whoop her ass anyway, or might have tried to been whooping. So she left. She did what she had to do. All right. So people can get mad. Sus, Miss Gerard, are you telling me that in the chat? I don't know for sure, but I'm telling the truth. Yeah, Eve escaped the bull crap. They did. Again, look at J-Lo's career and where she's at. She don't be in trouble versus P Diddy. Still in some shit. Stevie J. Still being a player and dissing women. Having sex with men. So, all right. So I thank you all. Oh, y'all talking about somebody got a deep voice. I don't know who. Someone. But that's all I really wanted to say. I was going to maybe open the phone line if anybody wanted to give their opinion about all this craziness that's going on. But for now, I would appreciate it if you get the likes up. Okay. I'm looking at the chat. You know, I don't think J-Lo has to be ashamed if she's not. Oh, thank you, Kanichi. You did? Let me see. I don't think... Oh, my phone is actually dead. That's why I didn't hear anything. I got to charge my phone. Thank you, Kanichi. But, so what if J-Lo didn't know to order a chopped cheese? She ain't got to prove it. She know where she from. And she ain't as hood as she used to be. That's okay. She's in Hollywood and making a living and got her money up and all that other stuff. So I'm going to go and play my little commercial. Get those likes up. It does affect the algorithm. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. I can't wait to read your comments.
tell me the answers. Me and you isn't the answer. Me and you isn't. Maybe I'm telling myself that, but there ain't nothing that'll change that. What good would it be if I knew how you felt about me? Yeah. It could've been right, but I was wrong. Only think about you alone. Part of me that carries is gone, and I know that I can't get caught up. We could've been, and we try to pretend every now and again. We don't dream about, don't think about what we could've been. No, I'm holding again, 'cause I know in the end, you dream about, I think about what we could've been. We could've been. We could've. Remember the night in Miami. First time you put your arms around me. I'm up reminiscing, yeah. Thinking about you isn't helping. Thinking about you doesn't tell me what good you would do if I decide to face the truth. It could've been right, but I was wrong. I only think about you and you know. Only hit me up when she's not home, and that's why I can't get caught up. We could've been, and we try to pretend every now and again. We don't dream about, don't think about what we could've been. I'm holding again, 'cause I know in the end, you dream about, I think about what we could've been. We could've been. We could've been. What we could've been. What we should've been. If I wasn't with somebody, if we gotta hide it, what's the point of trying? I ain't just your friend, no, what's the point of lying? Trying to sell a story, ain't nobody buying. Look me in my eyes, don't that feel nice? Why should it end? Baby, I could've been him or the good friend. Just say where to make a trip, baby, make a wish, be the one I'm with. Should've been a, shoulda, coulda, would have been. Hey. Yeah, I would have been. There would have been. We could've been, and we tried to pretend